Called it. Called it. Called it. Called it. Yeah. I mean, who didn't call it? After all, it's the same company that waited an entire month to put loot boxes into Call of Duty after they got all of the critical praise, after they got all of the positive reviews, after they got the good Metacritic score. I fucking knew it. I called it.
Look into our eyes, you can see the future. Look into our eyes, we can see your soul.
Look into my eyes, I can see the future. Look into my eyes, I can see their soul. Hey ho, it's easy letting go when nothing he says is true. Fucking dickhead, Bobby Kotick. I knew you'd fucking do it, Kotick! I knew it! I knew it. So, let's read it. And I'm gonna put this up as its own little mini thing. It's gonna be part 1.5. Because I say in part 2, you haven't seen part 2 yet, I'm still editing that, but I fucking said in part 2, I bet they're gonna add them. I know they're gonna, I bet you. And you didn't even let me publish it. You didn't even let me publish it before you proved me right, beenox. Before you proved me right. You didn't even let me finish editing part 2, where I'm like, oh, that shop's rife for microtransactions, that is. I bet they're gonna add them. Voila. It's almost like a magic trick, but let's read it. As always, the pit stock will be stocked with new and returning characters and cosmetic items, which players can unlock using Wumpa coins. With all this content available... No, it's not. You're locking it behind microtransactions. With all this content available, there will now be ways for players to fast-track their Wumpa coin collection if they like. Starting in early August, all players will have the options. It's just optional. We're just giving you options. It's optional to purchase Wumpa coin bundles from their game console stores to supplement their coins they earn by playing. This option is totally optional. We're just giving you more options. Won't change the game's core mechanics. I mean, yes, it will, because well, that's something for in a minute. Players will still earn Wumpa coins by playing in any game mode. Oh, you mean that pitiful amount that I talk about in part 2? That literally measly pitiful amount that I said the entire game has been broken for the microtransactions in part 2, and you just proved me fucking right? They will just be able to purchase additional coins if they choose. It's just optional. We're just giving you options. No, you're not. Let's fucking debunk this again. You're not giving anybody options because I don't have the option to remove the microtransactions. I don't have the option to not see them, to not interact with them. Every time I go to the pit stop now, there's gonna be a big buy button. That's not an option for me. Every time I go to that garage, I'm going to have to see that fucking buy button. Where's my option to remove the buy button? beenox, Activision, where's my options? No, you're not giving people options, you're chatting shit. And oh, by the way, just a side note here, like, nothing too big, of course, but let's just remember that Activision, of course, has a load of offshore tax havens, so they don't actually pay any tax, yet they receive tax chargebacks. Just a little bit extra. So, Activision and beenox, I will tweet this to you. Please sit there and justify this video. Sit here and tell me why you need the microtransactions, because you don't. Please sit here and justify why you need them. Please sit here and justify why you are now about to destroy your entire fan base. The game was already on thin ice with the Grand Prix being a broken mess, which it was. It was a total fucking disaster. And even 2 days out of the Grand Prix ending, none of the people that got into the top 5% have got their champion car, yet you can just glitch the champion car into your library, so it made the entire Grand Prix completely fucking pointless. Let's just play a quick clip of that.
This is it! Easy! But you need to play one local race, then you can use champion card anywhere you want. You don't even need to get 5% in Grand Prix.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Well, at the moment, they probably will patch. So this is 1.08 update. Let's go online and destroy people.
Yes. So you're already on thin ice with the community, with the fact that your Grand Prix was a load of shite and the final prize is now null and void because anybody can get it. So you now put the microtransactions in. You're now turning players away, because I know a lot of people that will no longer be partaking in your game. I know a lot of people that will now leave. Can we get the clip? Can we get the clip of all of the shopping addicts and gambling addicts?
Kept getting sucked in with the spend more to get more trap that a lot of publishers use to get people spending. I lost track of the amount of money I spent, but thanks to rehab I could quickly identify that this was dangerous behaviour, and I quit playing the game. I spent the next few years jumping from game to game, leaving when the microtransactions got too much to bear. Rift was a nice distraction from WoW, and I had played it from beta, and then it went free to play with loot boxes as well as a cash shop. Guild Wars 2, cash shop and loot boxes. Deus Ex, a series I treasure, microtransactions. Assassin's Creed Origins, same thing. The place where I once found distraction and salvation is now preying upon my addictive nature and impulse spending problems. It hurts, it really does. I have had to turn away from $100 Australian games because they've implemented microtransactions, and the idea of popping in a few bucks to make life easier is so tempting, and I keep falling for it. Again and again. My fiancé has now taken away both my debit card and my PayPal details to try and curb this. It's a weird mentality of, it's only here for a limited time, and if I don't get it now, I may never get it again and not complete my collection.
In the shop, there's a limited time offer.
Offers and scarcity plays into the loss aversion. If there are rare cards up here, and you see the goblin going with his clocks tick-tock, I'll take it away from you, I'll take it away from you. They are scarce, they go away. This is a brilliant way to get more.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. So, good job, beenox. Good job, Bobby Kotick, for ruining your game. You actually had a chance to beat Mario Kart, which everybody was saying, good job, you're doing fine, doing happy, and you fucked it. You fucked it. So, that's it. That's just a little quick 1.5, part 1.5. Because as I say, I talk about this in part 2, and I said it's rife for microtransactions. Bet they're going to put them in. Bet they're going to fuck it up. Bet they're gonna pull an Anthem. They're gonna have that fucking microtransaction store in, because it's a live service. It's a live service. We can't give things away in perpetuity. There's no money in that. Strauss-Zelnick. Sound like Bobby Kotick. You sound like Strauss-Zelnick, Bobby Kotick. But we can't, we're not going to charge players to the 8th degree. In fact, you know what I'm going to fucking play? Where is it? Let's fucking read a statement. Because I actually had the tab up. I'm going to include this in part 2. And you can all sit and you can all listen to this. Because I was going to put this in part 2. And it's like, aha, part 2. There it is. Let's actually just listen to it. So this is a fucking statement by former EA executive John Riccitiello. This was an interview that somebody got out of him. Let's just fucking listen to him. And, you know, really fits. I mean, I'll have this all cropped and nice for part 2, but seems we're here, doing it live. Fuck it, we are doing it live, Conan O'Brien. Let's just listen to John Riccitiello. It's gonna sound exactly the same. Can you see the correlation? Correlation is causation. Right, where's the stupid piece of shit start? Is it here?
When you are 6 hours into playing Battlefield and you run out,
you can definitely tell that a lot of his philosophy carried on to the EA that we all know and hate today. So without further ado, take a listen to what Riccitiello had to say. As a side note, there's some music added by the user who uploaded the video. That wasn't me, but I have to say the music is quite fitting.
the second thing, and this is a point that I think might be lost on many, is a big and substantial portion of digital revenues are microtransactions. When you are 6 hours into playing Battlefield and you run out of ammo in your clip and we ask you for $1 to reload, you're really not very price sensitive at that point in time. And for what it's worth, the cogs on the clip really low. And so essentially what ends up happening, and the reason the play first, pay later model works so nicely, is the consumer gets engaged in a property. They might spend 10, 20, 30, 50 hours on the game. And then when they're deep into the game, they're well invested in it. We're not gouging, but we're charging. And at that point in time, the commitment can be pretty high. As a personal anecdote, I spent about $5,000 calendar year to date on doing just this thing, this type of thing on our products and others. I can readily attest to how well it works. But it's a great model, and I think it represents a substantially better future for the industry.
Yeah, that may very well be just about the scummiest minute of audio dialogue I've heard from the games industry. And this is just...
Me too, Young. Me fucking too. Thank you, and you might have heard Flick in the background because I was on Discord. You got to say one word. I'm sorry I interrupted you, Flick. But yeah, me too, Young. Me too. So congratulations there, Activision and beenox. Hope you're happy that you've now just ruined the game. Hope you're happy that you're going to lose a load of customers. Hope you're happy that you're now once again, like all of the other fucking games, like Anthem and Fallout 76 and fucking GTA Online and every other fucking game. I hope you're happy that you're trying to manipulate people. And again, you might not call it manipulation because you're only seeing 1.5. Wait till I show you part 2. Wait till I show you lovely psychological warfare about anchor points. Oh, anchor points are really lovely. Wait till I show you about fake discounts. I mean, you saw fake discounts in part 1. Now it really fucking comes into perspective though, doesn't it? Now it really gets you, doesn't it? Because everything I said about the fake discounts, well, you can't say it's fake discounts because you're not using real world money. You can't say it's a fake discount if you're not being charged for it. Well, you are now. You are now. Kind of shot yourself in the foot there, haven't you? Somebody could easily sue you for that. I'd be fair. I'd be very careful if I were you. But anyway, that's it. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to put a couple of extra clips in, like the clip that I mentioned, and I'll get this uploaded. You'll see part 2 probably like Friday now, just because I'm going to have to add this in. But, yeah, that's good job. Good job, beenox. Hope you're happy with yourself. Hope you're happy, Activision. Thanks for ruining the game. Thanks for fucking over millions of players. And enjoy your now dwindling fan base because you wanted to make another live service. Because every game's got to be a live service now. So thank you for that, and I'll see all of you in part 2 now that I can add this in, because I'm going to have to add this in. But oh god, I was right. I called it. Just wanted to let you all know that I called it. Told everybody since day one. When I saw that Fortnite looking shop, I said since day one, gonna add them in a month later. They're gonna do what they did with Call of Duty. And what did they do with Call of Duty? Added it in a month later. What did they do with this? Added it in a month later after the positive reviews. I called it. Look into my eyes. I can see the future. You're predictable, Activision. You're predictable, Bobby Kotick. You're like a child. I know what you're going to do because you're a 5-year-old child. You're predictable. I'm getting mad. I'm going to go now. I'll see you in part 2.